येन तस्मै श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्वापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवीं गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। प्लीज वेलकम।
So today, because we're having a function at the temple, so I have to leave. I will not stay more than 12:30.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be there actually, but
okay.
I just borrow some time and then be there.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. So we finished with this. Sutreshu adrushta padam sutrantarat anuvartaniyam sarva. So I hope that is understood. So all this vritti, the explanation of this particular sutra, you will find it in the vritti. And this vritti, when you take it and you put it side by side to this sutra, the whole sutra becomes clear for you. That's all. That is what Sutreshu adrushta padam sutrantarat anuvartaniyam. This is not meant for this particular Laghu Siddhanta, but this actually is meant for Ashtadhyayi. Ashtadhyayi. How you should see the Ashtadhyayi as when you're reading this sutra. Okay. Now after this, you're going to the next sutra, Adarshanam Lopaha. Now the Adarshanam is an activity. Adarshanam. Adarshanam is something. Darshanam means something that you can see. Darshanam. Adarshanam means something that you cannot see. In the sense, what you are seeing earlier, now it's invisible. It's gone. So this is an activity. This is an activity. This is connected to a new keyword now, Lopaha. Lopaha is a keyword now, and this keyword is given an activity of Adarshanam. So whenever you call this Lopa, the word, the activity will also go along with that. So wherever ahead, you will see that Lopa Shakalyasya, Ato Lopa Iticha, all such things, wherever the Lopa is being defined, Pratyaya Lope Pratyaya Lakshanam, such things, such sutras will have this Lopa as a keyword, and that Lopa have to be understood. That means it is, in a general sense, it is just deletion. You just delete this, that's all. Whatever is being ordered Lopa, you delete it. So this is just a general thing. So they are saying here, Prasaktasya Adarshanam Lopa Sangyaha Syat. Lopa Sangyaha Sangyam Syat. Okay, Prasaktasya. So whatever is available, that is made Adarshanam. Adarshanam Lopa Sangyaha Syat. It is Lopa Sangya. Now, what happens is, suppose I call this as an. In this an, a, e, u, no, right? In this nakara has gone Lopa. It has gone Lopa. That doesn't mean that the word is, the character is deleted. The character will be there, present, but it will not be visible for you, and the ucharana will not be there for that. You will have to miss the pronunciation for that. Suppose you have this harai, ava, something like that. Suppose you get this. Hare becomes harai. See. Hare ava becomes harai ava. Okay. Now there is a sutra that will come Lopa Shakalyasya, which will do the Lopa of this yakara at the end of a word. Now, when you see this, after Lopa, it will look like this. Hara ava. Actually, that is Hare ava. Hare Ava has become Harai Ava. Harai Ava, after the Lopa is applied, it has become Hara Ava. Now this Hara Ava, Yakara is still there here, but it's not visible for you. And when you read it, you don't say Yakara here. Here you were saying Harai Ava, but here you will tell Hara Ava. That's all. But then you know this. So what I mean is the Yakara will be there, but it won't be visible for you. And for the pronunciation purpose, it is invisible. That's all. This is what Lopa actually means. Adarshanam means. Is it clear? Just the pronunciation won't be there. That's all. Then the next sutra that comes out is Tasya Lopaha. Now the Lopa is given a definition, Adarshanam. Okay. Now that Adarshanam will be put here. Tasya Adarshanam. You can take it like that. Tasya Adarshanam. And what is Adarshanam? Sorry. What is Adarshanam? Adarshanam is given here. Prasaktasya Adarshanam. Whatever was available, whatever was visible, it's now not made visible. Right?
So what is it's like what is made visible?
What was earlier visible? Yes. Whatever. Suppose X and Y is there. Whatever was visible. Now the Y gets an order called Lopa. And the Y gets Lopa. Y gets deleted. Okay. Now X is there. And the Y will still be there. But it will be a deleted Y. But that deleted Y, what it says is, when you say, here you will be saying it as XY, but here you will tell X only. Y won't be pronounced here. Because the Lopa is given there. That's all. This is what it means. Now, Tasya Lopaha, you can say this, Tasya Adarshanam. That's what it means. And what is Adarshanam? Prasaktasya Adarshanam. Whatever was earlier available, now that is made invisible. Tasya. Now this Tasya again, Sutreshu Adrishtapadam, Sutrantara Tanuvartaniyam Sarvatra. Yesterday when we read this Ashtadhyayi, we saw this. This was the last sutra, Tasya Lopa, in the whole Itsangya Prakaranam. So Tasya Lopa is still connected to this Halantyam. So whatever was made Hal Antyam at the end, that Tasya means of his, of that. Tat Shabda. Tat Shabda in Shashti becomes Tasya. Tat means that. Tasmin iti nirtishte purvasya, we were seeing in the next chapter. So that Tat Tasya. Oh, okay. Sorry, this I'll have to check this whether this is the nominal root. Anyway, Tasya means of his. Just remember that. So Tasya Lopaha means whatever was made it earlier, that it is getting a Lopa now. So that's why when in all the Pratyahara, everywhere you see everywhere you see that Nakara is not under Ucharana. The Nakara or all the It Sangyaka, the constant, all the 14 constants that are at the end of the Maheshwara Sutra, they all get Lopa because of this Sutra. Tasya Lopa. Tasya Lopaha. So it says Tasya Ito. Tasya Ito becomes Tasyeto. Buddha Sandhi is applied there. Tasya Ito. Actually, it is Itaha. Itaha becomes Ito by many rules. Okay. Tasya Ito, A and E becomes Guna. Tasyeto. Lopaha Syat. That's all. That it, whatever have been defined in Halantyam, it gets Lopa. And what is that Lopa? Lopa is Adarshanam. That's all. Okay. Now, Nadayo Anadhyartaha. Na Adayaha. Na Adayaha means, if you see this, all the Maheshwara Sutra, A, Yi, Un, Ril, Rik, Ye, Om, I, Ouch, Hayavarat, Lan, Nyamangananam, all this is going, right? It all the it is taken here. So that's what they are saying. Nadayaha. Starting with Na Adi. In the whole group, who is the member who is sitting at the beginning is Na. Na Adi means in the Adi who is sitting, that is called as Nadi. Suppose we have 10 people. If Kesha Prabhu is standing in the front, so the whole group will be addressed as Keshavadi. Or if Ishwar Prabhu is standing in the front in the group, we will tell Ishwaradi. So we are standing for the prasadam. There are 10 lines. Everyone is standing in the beginning. Ishwar Prabhu is standing in one line. Keshav Prabhu is standing in another line. So I will call Ishwaradi, that line. Ishwaradi group will get special prasadam. Keshwadi Prabhu, that group will get special prasadam. Everywhere you will see this. All throughout Panini will talk like this only. The group name will get from the first person who is there. Unadi, then Karkandadi, such words, Vadi, Juhotyadi. You will see all this. They are all the starting member of the whole group. The whole group will get the name with the starting member and so on. It will be Adi means so on. Or the starting from here, it will so on. So that's what it is. Nadi. So Nadhi and An. Nadayo it is. Nadayaha Anadyartaha. An Adi. In that An Adi, whatever An is a pratyahara. In the An pratyahara, okay. In the An pratyahara, you have Na. In the Rik, the Rik pratyahara, you have Kakara. Okay, and so on. This is what they are saying. Anadhi. Anadhi means starting with An, how the pratyahara goes down. In that, corresponding Nadayaha. Na starting with Ka, Na, Cha, all this, that is what it means. Artaha. These are the Artaha. These are the people who gets Lopa. That's what it says. In the An, Nakara is there. In the Rik, Kakara is there. In further, Rik, Ye Ong. In the Ong Pratyahara, Nga is there. So these are the meanings, what they are talking about, Tasya Lopa. Is it clear? Now, the next sutra that comes about is the exact sutra what helps you making a pratyahara. How to make a pratyahara is defined here. Adihi Antyena Saha Ita. The rules are like this. The first member can be anyone, or can be any member, or any character you can tell. The first is the starting can be any character, but Antyena Saha Ita. The ending have to be it. The ending have to be it. Antyena means the ending. Saha, along with Ita. Ita Sahita. It Sahita. It Sahita means along with it. Along with it, Adi. Adi, you take anything, along with it, the whole group will be a pratyahara. That's a rule. Take any character, anything, and proceed forward wherever you want to end. Whichever the members you want to take them, and finally the ending have to be a it. That's what the rule says. Adi Antyena Saheta. So what it says is Antyena Ita Sahita. Antyena in the sense the ending Ita Sahita. Along with the it, Adhir Madhyaganam. Adihi is the beginning, and Madhyaganam is the members who are residing in the the all throughout the section. Whatever the section that you take, Madhyaganam, the people or the member who are there in intermediate members. Okay. Swasya, of them, cha sangya syat. So the whole members of those will get the same name. What is the same name? Swasya cha sangya syat. They will get the name of them only. Suppose you take a, e, u, na. So they are saying swasya of this group. What is the sangya syat? Antyena ita sahita adihi. This Antyena ita. You take this Antyena ita, nakara, and adihi. From here, this will be adihi a. This is swasya cha sangya syat. For this group, this will be the name. That's what they are saying. Whatever the ending that you take, that is it. And adi will be whatever the beginning. And the name for them will be generated from this only. Swasya cha sangya syat. Okay. After this, what it says is yatha, just like Or for example, yata an iti. Just like an iti. An is the example that I have given here. Yata an iti. What that an will contain? A, I, U, varnanam sangya. So an is the sangya for whom? That is a, I, U, varnanam sangya. The members which contains a, I and U, the name for them will be an. This is the sangya, the name. Evam means like this. Similarly, you can make evam cha, hal. No, sorry, evam cha, no, not evam cha. It is evam ach, hal, al, iti adayah. Okay, you have this three: ach, hal, and al. Evam ach, hal, al, iti adayah, and so on. You can make whatever. These are the examples that they have given. Is it clear, Ishwar Prabhu? Okay.
It's clear that the application will be
application, yes. When you get into the application, then all these things will be very much clear. Now it's just you're just memorizing all this and getting to know all the keywords.
So at the end there, where he says evam ach hal al ityadayaha, and then there's an asterisk, and down below they give the table with the 42 main ones.
Yes.
The 42 main pratyaharas.
Yeah.
But there is another one that ra was also a pratyahara. But why that ra is not mentioned as one of the 42?
Yeah, because what Panini did is Panini wrote the sutras and then he constructed the pratyaharas later. So the sutra was already written uran raparaha, and here he need to bring that. So here already written uhu an, this is uhu an ra paraha. So this ra he already made it. Now he cannot use this run pratyahara here. So that's why he made a special pratyahara and he called it as it there. He cannot have run pratyahara because he had already written a sutra. That's what I got the answer from my Sanskrit teacher. He already made this. He made the sutra first and then he made all the pratyaharas. So that's why in order to compensate this, he didn't want to modify this. So for that ra, he specifically called. In the land, whatever a is there, he called it as it. He made it as anunasika. He called it as it.
So it's an exception, but he didn't want it to mess up the original system. So he just made one exception. That's all.
Yes, that's all. Yes. Okay. Now we'll go to the next sutra. Ukaloj rasva dhirga plutaha. So now kala is been defined now. Kala means time. So starting from here until this sutra, the characteristics of vowel will be discussed completely. Ukaloj rasva dhirga plutaha uchchairudattaha nichair anudattaha samahara swaritaha mukanasika vachanonu nasikaha. These sutras will talk about the characteristics. This sutra talks about the time. This sutra talks about the pitch. You can just say it like that. And this talks about the tone. Okay, tone or the sthana, wherever the generation from. So we will see that later. Yeah, ukala. Uhu. This u actually this u contains u and u pluta. All this, when you make a sandhi, there is a sandhi called akaha savarne dirghaha. Any members of the same savarna, when you combine them, they will get only the dirgha. So these two combined will give you dirgha, and these two finally these two combines to give a dirgha. So that dirgha is put here. U. That u means here ushcha, and ushcha. Vaha. Yes, Ushcha Vaha. How this Vaha? Vaha is a Bahuvachana. It is U and there is Us. And there is eco energy sutra will be applied. So this will be Vas and this Sakara will become Visarga later on in the rule. So that's why this is Bahuvachana. Means these people. Bahuvachana this is. Vaha is Bahuvachana. So this is the Pratyahara what I have applied. Su, au, jas. So this U and jas will join together. This is a subject case and this is the Bahuvachana. Bahuvachana means singular, dual and plural. Yeah, this is the plural case. So that U in the plural will become Vaha. So that Vaha is put. What it means? Ushcha, Ushcha and Ushcha Vaha. These three people join together. What it says is Vam. Vam Kala Iva. Vam again is these three. Va it becomes and Am it becomes. This is Shashti. Vam Kala Iva Kalo Yasya So Ach Kramat Rasva Dirga Pluta Sangyaha Syat. Okay, I'll just tell you this. Now, suppose Ishwara Prabhu has got a box, and in that box he has got all the characters, vowels. All the vowels are there. All the vowels. And then what he takes, when he takes something in his hand, immediately this comes. And then this, when he's saying this that is constrained by time. And the second time when he picks up now this is constrained with time again. So the time is extended. In the first case, it is just, they call it as, say, suppose 1t. 1t is the time. And then this will get 2t. It's twice this time. And then the second time, the third time when he takes, he gets Pluta in his hand, and that will be by 3 time factor. So how this time is getting varied? This is Ucharana, the pronunciation time. How you pronounce this? You say this, you say this. This is Pluta. So the variation is there in terms of time. Similarly, E, U, R, then R, like that. So the variation is there in time. Okay. That is very similar. Here they have given the example of Wu. Wu is something. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, please. Yes. Yes, the recording is there. Yes. Keshav Prabhu will share it. So we see this is constrained by 1 time factor, and will be with 2 time factor, and will be with 3 time factor. Okay. So now when you see this, suppose you take this character, when you take a character in your hand, the sound or the time that you provide for that particular character is falling in the time factor of 1t. So then you will tell this as, then the name for that will be given as Hrasva. So you keep taking the characters again and again, whatever it comes to your hand. When you take it, whatever that appears to be 1 time factor, they are given the name Hrasva. That's what they said. Vam Kala Iva Yasya Kala.
Right.
If
so
you have,
Patanjali says Ekamatra Bhavid Hrasvo Dvimatro Dirgo Chite Trimatro Stupto Gyeyo Vyanjana Adamatrika. Right? Like this?
Yes. Vyanjana Adamatra. Yes. So what is that reference to? From Patanjali?
I think that's from Patanjali, yeah. It's quoted in Harinamamrita.
Oh, is it? Maybe you can share it if you get it, that reference.
Okay, I think it may also be referenced in that Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi that I shared also.
What you said? Okay, yeah, I will see that.
And they talk also about the cock crow in the morning.
Yes. Oh, is it? It's there in that? Because I was actually thinking about why this U has been taken specifically. Why not or E or something? And my Sanskrit teacher also, he mentioned the same thing. It's mainly the cock can make this 3 sounds early in the morning.
Yeah,
All
it's an
the
onomatopoeic
Rasva,
sound. We in English we say cock-a-doodle-doo, and in
yes,
Sanskrit
yes.
you say kut-kutaratau. It's an onomatopoeic word, but it imitates the cry of the cock in the morning when,
Yes,
when
Rasva,
the
Dirgha,
sun
and Pluta.
comes.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh, in that book it's there, so I'll just check that. Yeah.
It's there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So
also
this is what
he gives that ekamatro bhaved rasvo rimatro dirga uchate trimatras trastu pluto gyeyo vyanjanam chada matrikam. Yes, he says. And then he also says that he gives another verse. Chashastu vadate matram dvimatram tveva vayasaha siki rauti tri matram tu nakulas tvarda matrakam. The shriek of the blue jay Nilakanta is one matra, and the crow two matras, and the peahen three matras. And the mongoose screams half a unit.
Oh, wonderful! Very nice.
I never saw that one before, but I was reading it. Yesterday.
That's wonderful. Crow is giving two matra. Ka, it says, yeah.
It's in page 9 of that PDF.
Oh, I'll see that. Yeah, after this. Yeah, wonderful. Such things can be taken and then understood in a much better way. Yes. So that's what we take all the characters, whatever comes to your hand, you just take them and then make a table now. That's all. That's what they're talking about. Mam kala iva kalo yasya so ach saha ach. Whatever is there, the ach in the whole vowel. Kramat. Kramat means kramat. Yeah, like
one after
in
another.
A serial. Yeah, one after another.
Series.
Kramat. Yeah. In the kramat, so this ushcha will get rasva. Ushcha will get dirgha and ushcha will get pluta. So these three. So now let us go ahead and make a table. So we will have this finally. Suppose we take this rasva. I'll just use that.
So basically there are different. He means that there are these three lengths for ak, for pure vowels. For ak, there's going to be, each letter is going to have three. So ak has got a, I, un, ri, rik. So for those five, there should be 15. But actually, he says ri doesn't have a dirgha. Yeah.
Yes. So this we have pluta. Then U will have pluta also, and R. Sorry. And then R will have only rasva. Dirgha won't be there. And all the characters will have pluta.
In some of the Vedic shikshas, in the Pratisakyas, there it is there actually. According to some grammarian, it's there, yeah. Okay. But not according to Panini, yes, correct.
Yeah, not according to Panini, yes.
Yeah. And then the diphthongs, H will not have it because H are
yes.
Right, H is all diphthongs.
H will not, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't have rasva.
Rasva it doesn't have. Because they're all pronounced as ye, I, o, all starts with dirgha. So we'll have now rasva, dirgha, and pluta. That's all. We separate them. So this will be the member of a. All these three people, all these three will be the member of this a. Again, the same with E, U, R, then A, I, O, O. Generally, the confusion with the people is that A and I is like rasva and dirgha. This is a confusion generally they have. But these are separate members.
Well, because in some languages like English and also in Tamil, you have a short o.
Yes.
It's there.
So you have
in
this.
Kannada, right? I think also Kannada.
Yes, Kannada, you have this.
And Telugu maybe
Kannada,
also.
You have this Kannada, and this is I. In Kannada, A-I. So in Tamil, we have this, right? A.
Yeah.
Is it this, like this, or like this? Yeah. I don't remember, I forgot. Something like this, right? I forgot, actually. When I was in Madurai for 1 year, I learned.
Anyway, in English we have pet and pot, and these are e and o. These are short. These are rasva e and rasva o. But in Sanskrit, it's not there.
It's not there.
It's only dirgha.
Yes, pet. Yeah, we don't say pet. We just say pet. Yeah. So that's it. So this is what vam kala iva kalo yasya so ach kramat rasvaha dirgha and plutaha. These are segregated like this. So the whole vowels, we take it and we put it like this. Okay. So after this, so that's with the time, and then it says, So with this, so this sentence is understood. Yeah. So sa pratyekam. Then later on, after dealing with it, they are giving a definition for this. The other three they are saying now sa pratyekam. So the three categories are done here based on time. That is rasva, dirgha, and pluta. Now they are coming here sa pratyekam. Among them, pratyekam, each and every character there will be udatta adhi bedena. Starting with udata, adhi, and so on, bedena, trida. Again, there are three types in this. Okay. So what is that? Uchchaihi. Uchchaihi means higher. Udattaha. So if you see the vritti, they say that at the this tippani at the bottom, they say that talvadishu sthaneshu urdhva bhage nishpanna ach udattaha. Nishpanno ach udattaha. Ach has become aj here because of there is a sutra called Jalam Jashonte. Nishpanna ach udattaha. So talvadishu, talu adishu, starting with talu. Ichveshanam talu, then murda, kanta, this, that. Starting from here, they are going backward, and other things like kanta and other. Talvadishu, all the characters that are there in all the sthana, from there, those sthana urdhva bhaga. So I really don't understand what this urdhva bhaga and adha bhaga means, because if this is the sthana, maybe little bit higher you generate the sound, and maybe little bit lower from this. Suppose this is your talu. So this is your talu sthana. Okay, this is your teeth here. So this is the teeth here, and then you put your tongue here to generate this sound here. So this is the main portion where you get it, and that will be swarita. So that's, they say, see, samahara swarita. Samahara. What is that samahara? They say udatta tu anudatat yo ekatra. Your ekatra. When this higher tone here, which is called as udatta, and the lower tone, which is called as anudatta, and when those two combine together, then you get swarita. That's what they say here. So this is, especially we find it in the Vedic mantra
there are different different rules for. There are different rules because in central North India you'll have the Krishna Yajurveda, Shukla Yajurveda, Madhyandina, and Vajrasayanis, and in South India you'll have Krishna Yajurveda mostly and the Taitiri Shaka, and then you'll have also Kanva Shaka of Shukla Yajurveda, and then you have Rigvedis mostly in West India, and you have Samavedis also. So it's all different because here it's difficult to understand because the markings are not the same.
According to what? Yes, because if you see this Agni Sukta, they say Agni Mile. For Swarita, they will go higher pitch.
Usually they call this a Dirgha Swarita or a Nigada.
Yes. That is for 2 double Svarita. So that Svarita they go for higher pitch. But I don't know how this is.
Then anyway, these three sutras will not be important for most people.
Yes.
Because everybody's reading classical Sanskrit.
Yes. It's only for the Vedic mantra Ucharana and other things, then they'll be useful there. Because based on this Udatta, Anudatta and Svarita, we will see even in the Dhatu, the variations will come. This what gets it, Udatta gets it or Anudatta gets it, accordingly you will be using different pratyas for that. So that is used in the Dhatu, and when you go to the Vedic Prakarana, there are rules that are there which will tell you like when will Udatta become Anudatta, when will Anudatta become Svarita. So such rules are given. So that anyway we are not dealing with.
So if we want to go further, we have to look in Paniniya Shiksha. And
we have to go for this Vyakarana Siddhanta Kaumudi. Special Prakarana is there called Vedic Prakarana. I am going to get into that because we are still in the process.
Yeah. There are some YouTube videos where the Shukla Yajurvedis they show their Hastamudras and their Ucharanam different pitches. And South India there are some books. There are some books about it.
I even approached many to please clearly define when what are the rules where you put Svarita, where you put Udatta, Anudatta. I mean, no one.
Mostly they don't know. Mostly people just sit and they just repeat from the guru. That's all.
That's all. Yeah.
And they don't know the rules. Yeah. So when but if you want to know the people who know the rules, mostly they are the Ganapatis, the people who do, because there's Astavikritis, there's Jatapat, Rekapat, Dwajapat. There's different ways there's Nivriti and Parvati ways of chanting, especially with Krishna Yajurveda. So you have to meet a Ganapati. They know the rules because they chant in all the different ways. But most people don't. They don't know. They just listen to the guru and repeat.
Yeah. Even Prabhu, this Purusha Shuktam also I have heard that in Purusha Shuktam you have this all Udatta, Anudatta. But nowadays what you get in the internet is just without that. You just simply repeat. Purusha Shukta,
it depends. It depends on who. Yeah, it depends on who you listen to.
Yes.
Yeah. I have put in my YouTube channel. I have put Panchasuktam with Swarit, with Udatta, Anudatta, Yuga Swarita, and also the sound from a Vedapati chanting. So.
Okay. What's your channel name, Prabhu?
It's called Vaishnava Dharma International, Vaidi. Vaishnava Dharma International. Yeah.
Okay.
You see the link. If you see the link, there'll be a little picture of the Vimanam in Sri Rangam, Prana Vimanam.
Okay.
Golden Vimanam.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I'll send you a link. To some Vedic mantras you can see. But anyhow, I think this is not interesting for Ishwar or any of your other students. So maybe we can go past that.
No, I am very much interested, bro, because I even there was a student who just passed out of Vedic Gurukul from Bangalore, Madhvapita. And so I even approached him. I asked him to teach most of the Vedic mantras, but then he started with Vayu Stuti. He started with Vayu Stuti and other thing, and then things did not go well because it was only Saturday, Sunday, which then later on because of my class schedule, I just lost interest in it, and even the students whom I connected them, they also lost interest in it. So regularly, if this is going on, I am very much interested to learn all these Vedic mantras, their Ucharana.
Okay, but the thing is, most madhvas, the Shiveli Brahmins, they're mostly Rigvedis. They're mostly Rigvedis. Yes. Whereas some of them, but some people are Yajurvedis.
I am Yajurveda. I am Uttaradi Mata.
Yeah.
So I am Yajurveda.
You're a madhva originally.
Yes.
I see. Okay. I was thinking you were smarter, but anyway. So Madhva, you're Uttaradi Mat. So I know, but you're such a promoted Tirtha Swamiji, I knew. And I knew some of these Swamijis.
Yes,
I know all the Astamat Swamis and outside the Astamat. So Uttaradi is separate from the Astamat system.
Separate, yes.
Yeah, but it's a very big mat. It's a very important mat. Yeah.
It's only mostly in in Tamil Nadu that section. All the
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The Raghavendra Swami followers, all those.
So, but you're Yajurvedi because my friend Banaji Govindacharya, he was a Yajurvedi. So every year for Upakarma, I used to go to Udupi and do it in his house because he was doing Yajurveda Upakarma. So,
yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's what we practice.
It's actually very nice, bro, to recite all these Vedic mantras.
See, actually, Srila Prabhupada asked me to learn Purushartha.
Oh, is it?
Personally, there was an installation of deities in Australia, and at that time he asked everybody to learn. But the tape recording he gave was of this Shukla Yajurveda Madhyandina version. Sahasra Sirika Purukaha, like this. So we were trying to learn that way. And then when I went to Vrindavan, I asked some of the people there to teach, but in those days they wouldn't teach foreigners.
Yes.
They wouldn't teach foreigners.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to South India, and the South Indians were more liberal. They would teach. The Sri Vaishnavas would teach. They said, no problem, we'll teach you.
Yes.
But of course they don't teach the same Ucharanam. They don't teach the Shukla Yajurveda, they teach Krishna Yajurveda. So.
They have this. They have some certain things. They just carry on like that. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So did you want to?
Yes. Whenever Prabhu, you suppose like if you have anyone who can, teach me later on at later stage. You must be knowing many from Sri Rangam.
Yeah, I have a friend who is Rigveda Ganapatigal, and he's a gold medalist, and he has done the whole Rigveda. He has recorded whole Rigveda Ganapat. I think it's maybe 30 or 90 DVDs. It's like many hours. You know? And he is also an Acharya Purusha in Sri Rangam, and some of my friends are his shishyas. So he will teach. He also can teach suktas. If you just want to learn few suktas in Krishna Yajurveda, he can teach that also. He was teaching by Skype. I arranged for one friend of mine who lives in Sweden to study by a Skype from this guy. So he's good. A friend of mine has done this Delhi Vedic Trust where they recorded all the Vedas, and so you can purchase the DVDs, and you can get also the books to go along with them.
Okay.
I have all Vedas, and if you're interested, yeah.
Yes,
just
wonderful. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe you can personally share me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Than the group.
Yeah. The group won't be interested, of course.
Yes, definitely. And they hardly find time for this also. So how they'll have time for those things? Yeah.
Right. I also have recordings of not just Krishna Yajurveda, but Rigveda and Yajurveda, Samaveda.
There is a person in the YouTube who is from Tirupati. He's a Smarta, and he is into all this. His channel is Hamsavadhini.
Okay, you send me the link. Yeah.
All the mantras, the complete. He finished the whole Rigveda in 35 minutes. Is that possible? I don't know.
I think in 35 minutes, it sounds very quick to me.
Okay.
Sounds too quick.
Or maybe a section he must have done it, a small section or something.
Yeah, because Rigveda there are 10 mandalas. It's quite long. No?
Okay, maybe a particular mandala he would have taken and he would have done it. So his ucharana is quite okay. I don't know. Wait, that you will have to tell. I'll send the link channel link to you. You can check that.
Yeah, I can't. Whenever my friends, they say we want to learn some Vedic mantra, I say, okay, but you should learn from a Vedapati, somebody who really knows correct Ucharana.
Yes.
Not because whatever I learn ultimately will have an Australian accent. It'll be wrong what I do. there'll be some mistakes. So it's better not to learn. I mean, sometimes I may have to chant in Sandhya Vandana. You have to chant many Vedic mantras, but so you have to do it. But you can't say I can't teach it to others like that because I may make mistakes.
So we'll just quickly, Prabhuji, am I over time? Or you have time?
No, I'm fine. So the next thing that comes is the Mukhanasika.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
So this is.
I think it's clear with it. You want to leave it at Ucharadata because Ucharadata, Nicharanudata, Samahaswaritaha. Yes. They're all about Swaram. Swaram is not useful for most people.
Yes. So the symbol for this Uchairudataha is nothing, no symbol.
Correct.
And Udata don't have any symbol. Anudata will have a symbol underneath. And Swarita will have a symbol like this.
Vertical. Yeah.
That's all. That's
there'll be and there's a second. There's two. Double Swarita.
Double Swarita like this.
But it's not mentioned
here. Yeah. Yes. Maybe there are many things which is not mentioned here in Ashtadhyayi. There is a mention of.
Yeah.
So finally, he comes down. He says, Saha Navavidopi. Navavida. 9 categories. How? We have this 3 here, and then we got 3 here. So 3 into 3 will be 9. Saha Navavidopi. Vida api. Navavidaha api. Pratyekam. After this, now they're going for the next. Anunasikat. Ananunasikat. Vabhyam. Kat vabhyam vida. Vabhyam. Okay. Anunasikatwabhyam dvida. Dvida is 2 types. Further, they are further subdivided into 2 types. So the sutra comes Mukha Nasika Vachano Anunasikaha. Vachana means whatever the words that are coming out of you or the characters that you pronounce. What is that? Mukha and Nasika. So 2 places are given. Mukha means mouth. And Nasika means nose. So whatever comes in, with the help of mouth and nose, both the sound. When we say nose is also used, mouth is also generating. Then you say this, they are called as those vachanas or the character that comes with the help of Mukha and Nasika, they are called as Anunasika. Anunasika. Anunasika will have a symbol like this, half moon on top of a vowel. You have a vowel, you will have a half moon with a dot. Ardha Chandra they call Chandra. So that is Anunasika. This is a symbol for this. So this completes the characteristics of vowels. So finally,
right. So to be very clear, when we see this Chandra Bindu, when we see this Ardha Chandra with the Bindu, right? This is a symbol which should be on top of a vowel. This is a nasalized vowel.
Nasalized
so
vowel, yes.
A vowel can be nasalized or not nasalized.
Not nasalized, yes.
So when you say Anunasika, you're not talking about Anushwara, you're talking about a nasalized vowel. Anushwara is not a nasalized vowel. It is a pure nasal.
Also. Yeah, it's a consonant.
It's a consonant, but it's a pure nasal, no? It's not a vowel. We can't call it a vowel.
No, we will see that. The vowels don't get Anuswara. It's only the vowel. Anuswara and Visarga follows a vowel.
Correct.
The rule is this. Yeah, you have a vowel and Visarga and Anunasika will follow this. You have a vowel and the Visarga will follow this. So this Anuswara, as I told, that Ma and Na will become Anuswara, and Visarga generally Sa or R takes up this. Generally not Sa also, R. Refa will take Visarga. So that's for the rule we have studied. So this is what is. There is no specific rule saying that Ma and Na will become Anuswara, but generally whatever the rules that are connected to Anuswara is all generated from Ma and Na. And here there is only one sutra which says Karavasanayo Visarjaniyaha. So that Rakara becomes Visarga. Ultimately it ends up there. They don't have the existence of their own, which will not be there. So the Anuswara and Visarga is generated from consonants, but this Anunasika is generated from the vowel. That's a characteristics of a vowel. But when we see this Ma and Na, they are also nasalized and mouth, both are there. Because if you see this, see, nasika, here, nasika cha, there will be, yes, if you see this here, Nyamagananam nasika cha.
Nasika cha.
Yeah. Cha means also, and along with, they have this different kanta, because akuha, ku will be kakha gaga nga. That nga also has a kanta, and along with that nasika is also there, both. And the specific sthanas are also there along with nasalized.
Right.
We need support from both. Yeah.
Yeah. The fifth member of each varga, of each ku to.
Yeah. Yeah. Kuchu to.
Yeah. Yeah. The fifth member is an all nas. They're all nasikas. The fifth member. Yeah.
Yes. So
they're also ghosh. They're also ghosh.
Gosha. Yes. They're gosha. Yes. Hasha samvara nada gosha. Their nada, there'll be a tone connected to that, and gosha will also be.
And then we have this Ardha Visarga, which is the Jihomaliya or the Upadmaniya. But the Upadmaniya sounds like a English F, like a F sound. But the Jihomaliya is very difficult to pronounce. It's like a ak.
Yeah, it's like Ramaha karoti. This is Ramaha karoti.
Ramak.
Yes.
Karoti.
Yes. So when you have Artha Visarga, it will be Ramah karoti. Ha. It's not Ka, won't be there half. It is like Ramah. This is Ramaha.
Like a Ardha Visarga. Half of Ardha
Visarga.
Okay.
Say, how you say this word called Dukha?
Dukha.
Yeah. So this is the Jihva Mulya. This is.
Right.
Sorry. Jihva Mulya. Yes.
Yeah, Jihva Mulya. Correct.
Yeah, Jihva Mulya. Dukha. Like that. So the vritti of this is Mukha Nasika Vachanam Nasika. The vritti is Mukha Sahita Nasikayoho Mukha Sahita Nasikayoho Ucharya Nasika Ya. It is actually Nasikaya. The Nasikaya is Strilinga. So it is Nasikaya Ucharya Mano Varna Anunasika Sangyaha Syat. So Mukha Sahita, along with Mukha, along with mouth. What is along with mouth? Nasika. So Nasika, nose, and along with the mouth. Together, the pronunciation that comes out of this, with that pronunciation, what do you pronounce? The Varna. The Varna, Ucharyamano, they are called as Anunasika Sangyaha. So which that is not with mouth. So mouth and nose together gives you Anunasika. And only mouth you take without the nose, it will be Ananunasika. Na Anunasika will become Anunasika. Anunasika will become Ananunasika. Nayatat Purusha Samasa. So, Syat, let it be. Let it be called like that, not let it be assigned like that. Okay. Tadittam. A, E, U, R. It's like this. A, E, U, R. All these four Yesham, Varnanam, Pratyekam, Ashtadasha Vedaha. So now finally they are coming up with two more categories. So we had earlier with 3 Rasva Dirgha Pluta, and then Udata, Anudata, Swarita. Then now you have Mukha Nasika, Vachananunasika, Anunasika and Anunasika. So 3 into 3, 9 into 2 is 18. So finally 18 you have. So that's what they're saying. Yesham Varnanam. All this A, E, U, R Varnanam, Pratyekam, every member are Ashtadasha. There are 18 Vedaha, 18 types. Varnasya, Varna, Dvadasha Tasya, Dirgha Abhavat. Dirgha is Abhava. Abhava means which is not present. So Dirgha is Abhava. So that's why this Varna just gets only 12 members. And Echam Api, Echam, for Ech Pratyahara, Echam Api, in them also what is this? Dvadasha. There are 12. Tesham, Dvadasha, 12. Tesham, those, Rasva Abhavat. The Rasva is Abhava. That's all. This is what the overall thing says. So finally, we can make a table like this to be more precise and clear. So we'll have this. Can make a table.
Yeah, page 11 of that PDF I sent you. He has made a table with all the udata anunasika, udata ananunasika, udata anudata anunasika, like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So this avarna can be split up as ananunasika, and anunasika. So we will have this again. It will be further subdivided as rasva, dirgha, and pluta. Again, rasva, dirgha, and pluta. Sorry, pluta. Then, with this, then you will have udata, anudata, and swarita. We have this. So rasva udata will be a ananunasika. There is no symbol in this. This will be a, then dirgha, it will be a pluta. Then anudata will have a symbol at the bottom. Same thing, symbol at the bottom. Here, symbol at the bottom. Swarita will have a symbol on the top, a vertical prime. You can say it's a prime. And here, the same thing will be carried out, but all the vowel will have a chandrabindu. That's all, as it is. It's understood. Do you want me to write it, Prabhu? No, right? It's okay, understood.
No,
right?
You don't have to write it. I got it. I understood
that's
it.
All. So yeah, that's how we will have 18 categories now. 9 here with ananunasika, and 9 here. But if you take this ru varna, the dirgha is abhava, so this column is missing. This is missing, so you will have 12 members. And if you take H pratyara will have A, O, I, out. So, and there rasva is missing. This member will not be there. Only the dirgha will be available, pluta will be available. Dirgha, pluta. So totally you will have 12. That's all. So that's how we categorize all the vowels into these different categories like anudata, udata, swarita. Suppose you take this will be anudata, dirgha, ananunasika, avarana. In the avarana, you will have this dirgha, anudata, anunasika. When you say this, that will be like this with a symbol at the bottom. So that's how you can identify them. Yes. I think we can stop here.
I think that's enough for one lesson. I knew all these categories before, but nice to go over them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I argue with my Sanskrit teacher also about this dirgha lr, and he said no. Panini says no dirgha lr, and I showed him in one shiksha. I think it may be not Panini shiksha, but another shiksha, one of these Vedic Pratishatyas, that it says there can be.
That's why later on we'll see this. Ril ri varnayor savarnya vachyam. Tanmitaha savarnyam vachyam. Among ri and ri, you can have this. So that's why when you have, suppose ri and ri kara, if you want to make a aka savarnya dirgha, you don't have a dirgha ri kara. That's the replacement, the ri kara will come there. Oh, you get it what I'm saying? Suppose you have this.
because ri and ri are considered to be the same sthana. Yeah. Yes. This is why I think this is why we get clean bij instead of cream bij for Krishna. Because it's the same sthana. You can use kleem or preem.
Oh, okay.
Because usually to make a bija mantra, you take the first syllable, right? The first syllable, and you add anuswara.
Yes.
Yeah. So for Krishna, it should be cream.
Yes. Yes.
But you get clean.
Because it's rasva.
I don't know why, but it's the same. It's considered the same sthana as ri and ri.
But that, the same. But that is consonant, right, Prabhu? That lakara, what we are talking about.
Yeah, actually, that's true. That is a consonant. That is a consonant.
Yes. But this is like a vowel. This is a vowel.
Yeah, this is a vowel. Ri. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why they made this r and r among them they are Savarna. So that's why they
yeah.
totally.
So that was just my speculation about the Ri and the Luri. But you're, as you say, that's a Vyanjana, not a vowel. Yeah.
Yes. So the writing is like this of this. This is like this. The vowel is like this, and this R is like this. The consonant with the Rukara. And this has both R and R. Both are there. When you make this conjugation. Yes.
Sure.
But here only this is vowel. Yeah. So this is where when they say this 18 and this is 12, that's why they call this as Trimshataha, 30. Because they both are family now. So now when we have this R and R, so you will have to get a replacement, something like this R, which is not available. So that's why R and R will become Rukaraha. Finally, after the Sandhi, Aka Savarane Dirgaha, R and R will become R because they both are equal. So the Dirga of this will come for the replacement here.
I have to say, I've never seen, and I think there's no example in Sanskrit of a
it's there.
Dirga R.
Dirga R example is not there, but in the Vyakarana Siddhanta Kaumudi, this example is given. R and R will become R.
Okay.
Bhattodi Dikshit writes it in the first Sangya Prakaranam only. It's there.
Okay, I'll look in my Siddhanta Kaumudi and see.
Yeah, yes, sure. That was until then I did not know this. But when I read this Vyakarana Siddhanta Kaumudi, it was clear for me why they made this. Because I
know only there's only one verse that we use the Lurikara in anyway that I know.
Yeah, because when we see this, Panini made this rule: Akaha Savarane Dirgaha, and this Akaha contains all A, E, U, R, R, all this 5 members, and that's why this R was also included. Suppose you get such situation, R and R, then you'll have to bring a replacement of R. That will be the Dirga, because they are both Savarana.
Right, and this Dirga Sandhi, you were saying, of course, when you get a Rasva or a Dirga, a pure vowel,
yes.
Ak. If you get Ak, you were talking about Dirga. If you get a word ending in Ri and a beginning with Ri, then if you put them together again, it becomes long Ri.
Long Ri, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then how is it with the plutas? When you add a pluta when you add a hrasva or a dirga to a pluta, what do you get?
Dirga.
The pluta becomes dirga. It becomes less.
Yes. That is a rule. That's why he told Savarana. In that sutra, when we see Akaha, he said Savarana. And when he says this Savarana means all the 18 members.
Right.
The 18 members will all have Rasva, Dirga and Pluta.
Okay.
All this. Yeah. And generally this Pluta, because Panini will define this in the next chapter, we will see this. Dura Dhutecha. There is a sutra. This Pluta will come only when you Durat Sambodhane, Vakyasya Tehe Plutaha. He will tell. When you're calling someone,
if it's Sambodhanam, it's
yes.
Sambodhana Pratama. You'll be saying, Hey Krishna.
Yeah, you'll be addressing, Hey Krishna. And that too, he says very specifically that Durat Sambodhane. A person is standing at a very far distance. You will tell, Krishna. When you say that Krishna, that A will become Pluta.
Right. It comes in Veda also. It comes in Taittiriya Upanishad. In the Bhrigu of Taittiriya Upanishad, you get a few of these in the Bhrigus Sama. Etat Sama Gaya Nasti. Ha u ahamannam like this. It comes. So it does come in the Veda. And also when they're chanting the Veda, when they start with the pranava, when the omkara, sometimes you'll see om and you'll see 4 after the om. Instead of 3, they'll put 4.
Okay.
They want you to
the number 4.
The number 4. O
Okay.
for M. They want you to hold the O for 4 matras in the beginning, and at the end they want you to keep it for 3. So, you know, I don't know if that's grammatically got any grammatical correctness or anything, but people are keeping. Also, you see sometimes in this Taittiriya Upanishad, you also see in that Samagaya Naste, you see they put 2. Sometimes they put 2 in the text. After a vowel, they put 2. But I don't understand that, because if it already it's a diphthong, already it's a, you know, it's a diphthong, it's already dirga, and you put 2 after it. What's the meaning of that? Doesn't make any sense to me. So there are sometimes there are some strange printing, some things that they do in printing, and you have to hear the Vedapati chanting it to see what it actually is.
Yes. Who knows? Even they must be referring these texts only. Ultimately, they'll consider the books as a final reference, and then they'll be getting it.
Oh no, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. A lot of people without the text, they do without the text.
Okay.
They don't want to use the text.
Oh, is it?
I mean, you know, the proper way is not to use the text, of course.
Yes, because we don't get anything from that. We just,
the text is just is like a crutch. It's
reference. Just a reference. After hearing from the proper guru. Yes.
It's a prohibited, actually. To read the text, to read from a text is prohibited in Veda. You have to know it by heart and chant it.
Yes.
It's considered a sin. Papam.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But of course, nowadays nobody can do it without text.
Nowadays they have put up this. Since past 5 or 8 years, you see this Gayatri mantra also is on tapes everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere.
But you see in South India, you see the Brihaspatis, they have an iPad now, and they sit and they have the mantras on the phone or the iPad, so they can read it.
Okay.
But shouldn't be like that. Anyway, whatever. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, bro. Yeah. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha.
Sri Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Yes, thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Vijay Dasan.